Morning. Happy Tuesday. Okay, moving things around here. It's Tuesday. I'm tired. Here we go. Okay, so we're getting on a space station today. That's gonna be our goal for today. Working on the space station. And I'm thinking probably making the constructor room so I can move all my constructors into a section of the space station. That's what we're gonna do. Since we have the farm up and running now. Here we go. Jetpack's on, good. Okay. But yeah, since we now have the farm up and running, and we're still waiting for stuff to grow, now we're gonna have to figure out how to make a constructor area while we're waiting for, enough oxygen to be able to finish off the oxygen, filling filling the rest of this column with oxygen. Okay, we can turn you off. We don't need you right now. But we made our first farm section here. Now we just need to figure out a spot to put constructor module. I don't want to put too much in the center here. I think it's probably up here somewhere. Or down here. Let's do that. So we're going to pick a section that's down this, well, up this way. Well, that's what we'll do. I want to have enough room to where they not too close together. So also allow us to kind of figure out how these are connected together. Because you can't we can't duplicate that. At least not right now. Let's see here. We also have to figure out a way to connect this without all the oxygen leaving. Looking right about here. That'll work. Something similar to that. Which this will allow us to put something in place that will signify as this is the entrance to it. There we go. Hoping that it will be considered airtight. so that all of our air doesn't like leave. Okay, so we'll go on the inside. We'll start removing blocks here. Of course. Okay, it works. Good. Do something like this. Then rotate, fill it out. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. See here. Did I remove this? That's okay. Yeah, let's get this. Section made here real quick. I think something around, not here. Not there. Where is it? There it is. I have a hard time with this one, I know it. Do I have something that's like slightly a corner? Yeah, that's not gonna work. May have to put something there that kind of works, but kind of doesn't. Not that kind of round shape. See here. Because we have to put something here. We have to. We just gotta put something here. That's just way too weird. No. Maybe? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work for now. Yeah. I think that's gonna do just fine. Yeah, that actually does work. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Okay, so that will work as an entrance to constructor area. Yep. We can remove these. We have windows, we do. Fill that in. Going to there we go. I'm gonna make this rounded corners, kind of duplicating what we did down there. There we go. Nice. Okay. Okay, now we just need to do something like this. There. Gonna recreate that as being the connector part. What do we do down there? Oh yeah. Right. Okay. We did something like that. Ah. Regular window blocks. I'm doing this really weird. Okay. And we'll do that. Oh. There we go. We do something like this. There we go. There. Okay. Opening to the section right there. Want to give it enough space here so that there. There we go. Sweet. Now we just need to make the constructor room. Now, how are we going to do this? I want the constructor room to have enough glass. Well, enough windows to kind of but also we're having to keep in mind that this is a 0G station, so there's not going to be any gravity on this thing. Have to keep that in mind. I'm thinking I'm probably going to make it like a 2-story kind of a deal. Let's do 3 blocks out. Then up from here. where we'll start it. Give ourselves enough room. And we're going to do something similar to that. We're going to make the innards first, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. So each constructor is a 2x2. It's like 2x2x2, right? Double check. Double check. Here, yeah. Yeah, 2x2x2. Yeah, 2x2x2. So we need to have enough room to. I want the blocks separating the two sides, because there's going to be two sides to this thing. It's going to be separated by 3 blocks. Okay. Do something like this. Just get the floor here made. And we're going to have 1 block separating them. So, add a block to the width here. Okay. Let's do something like this to kind of help us visualize this. Okay. Something will separate right there, right there. Another 2x2. Okay. Another one of those. Those cylinders are not going to be there, but they're there to kind of illustrate the point. And we're going to duplicate it on the bottom too, so. One, 2. Another 3. Okay, so how many constructors do I want to have on this thing? On this module? Because it's going to be a fairly long one. So, not going to be a constructor here. This is the entrance to it. 1, 2, so 4 total right now. But I also do plan on having a furnace in here also. Yeah. We need more blocks. And 4. 140. Okay. It's another constructor. I'm thinking probably 6 for now. 6 total constructors. Okay. It'll work out just fine. Okay, now we just need to figure out. Thinking probably something like this. We'll have like a window structure right behind the constructors. Right here. And then we'll have like I'm going for like arches, kind of something like we did in the very first capital ship we made. That's what I'm thinking. Something similar to that. Then we gotta figure out how to connect all this onto the station here. We're gonna need to make glass panes, that's for sure. We're gonna have to make a lot of glass. Got a light on. There we go. That's a lot better. Now I can see. Okay, constructor there, constructor there, constructor here. And then end of the constructor area. Right here. I'm probably going to make a storage module somewhere around here too. I'm thinking I'm probably going to move everything over here. Nothing in that one, so what we'll do is we'll take you apart. And probably gonna make a couple. Yeah, we'll make a couple. We'll just do regular constructors for now. We can upgrade them later. 2, 3, 4. That's 5 total. Six. Here's hoping that they build. It should. Feel like I got all the other components, so. And I was thinking about, you know, how to best do the farming area. And I'm thinking probably after we make another module, destroy, build, destroy. Hey, Cithro, how's it going? Oh. There we go. I'm currently building a massive space station. Let's see here. Yeah, so let's drop you here. There we go. Currently upside down. Get that right side up. Well, relative to our position here. Yeah, and we're gonna turn you off because we don't need you on right now. Particular area is going to be 6 constructors. Total. And be fairly large constructor area here. Why? Because we want to. Doesn't have to be this huge, but I'm turning them off so that they don't use up all of our battery power. Because right now our space station is running off of solar. And we've got very little battery life in them. Let's see here. Rotate, rotate. Drop you there. Turn you off. And then one more. And technically we're going to be duplicating this on the bottom part of this too. So it's going to be double-sided. Just reversed. Flipped upside down. I'm putting these things here just as like placeholders. Well, not exactly placeholders. Just gives me an idea of how much space I'm going to have available to work with here. We still got to make all the windows for this thing. But yeah, 3 blocks should be enough room for me to move around and not feel like I'm feeling claustrophobic. Oh, worked out just fine. Okay. Now I can do this. Move that out. Okay. Still don't know how I'm going to do the ends of this and how we're going to kind of enclose it because we have to make it airtight. Let's see here. I don't really care about putting anything behind these things, so no, that's fine. Do something like this. That's where I'll start the arch on both sides, and then they'll meet in the center. Kind of an archway of glass. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, we need a lot of glass. Let's see here. Do I have any silicon? No, we don't. We're gonna have to go and get some. Wait, no, we do. Okay. Gonna make windows. feel like I should grab half of it, put it over here, and just... No, wait. Nearly forgot what the reason. Incoming alien attack. Not quite yet. Oh, shoot. Make a bunch of glass here. Nearly forgot how it's set up. This one makes the raw materials. This one does the final construction on it. Eventually here, once we get all the modules made on the space station, which we have a lot of room to add to, then we're gonna make defensive platforms. It's just gonna be a separate base with its own power source and all that. That is going to just have guns on it. Nope, it's not finished. It's currently in alpha, so it's far from finished. There's a lot of things that they still need to add to the game and change. Once it gets into beta, I do plan on starting a viewer server where everyone can play on it, and my thoughts are to essentially make one giant project for everybody. So, similar to kind of like the space station, but like a surface side base where it's just like a bunch of towers, like a city. Kind of like Stargate Atlantis kind of a deal, kind of a project. This right here is just giving me a visual idea of how much space one base block will give you. And from what I've discovered from building this giant tower in the center is that it's 514 blocks in 514 meters in diameter. So 514 meters in all directions, essentially. Space City, yeah. But I just wanted to see how big of a structure I could make when it comes to a base. Just wanted to see how big I could go. Okay, let's go back in here. I'm also kind of burning time to get enough oxygen because right now only one side of the tower has oxygen in it. The other half of the tower, we just don't have enough oxygen on board. So we have a surface side location that is just, that's all it's really doing is just creating oxygen for us. We're just waiting for it to complete. Building components to the space station while that's going on. Okay, yeah. But yeah, this game is all about making your own base. It's a building game, much like Minecraft, but it's also a space survival game, much like, you know, Stationeers or Space Engineers or something like that, where you're having to monitor things like food, oxygen, your health, temperature, radiation, stuff like that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. There it is. Okay, we need food. We need a lot of it. Let's see if our food has finished growing yet. Oh, it looks pretty close. Oh, yep, it's done. Wheat. Okay, mushroom. Those are vegetables. Okay, that's all our food. I'm gonna have to plant some more here soon. Once this is a bit more done, I'll get it. You make it sound like a survival isn't in the game yet. It is in the game. It's just I'm used to hardcore survival games. There's this game that I've played called The Long Dark, and it's a very hardcore survival experience. I mean, you're constantly having to find food, find water, fight off wolves and all that. But right now, It's mainly just a building game, but they do plan on adding more things that you're having to constantly manage. But right now, the planet I started on was a fairly easy planet to start on. It was mainly temperate, so very forest kind of environment, very Earth-like atmosphere, stuff like that. You can start on harder planets, ones that are like giant deserts, also ones that are highly radioactive. So you'd have to quickly get a base or find shelter and deal with weather and stuff like that. But really, right now, my biggest concern right now is oxygen. Just making enough oxygen. Food is not exactly a problem due to the fact that we have a farm up here that's currently pumping out food whenever we need it. But eventually the game should have like events that happen. Like right now in space, it doesn't have stuff like that. It does have a patrol. There's a patrol vehicle that kind of hangs out by the moon, but you don't periodically get attacked in space. You do on the surface, and depending on which planet you're hanging out on, how frequently that happens. But in space right now, you're not getting attacked at all. That's why I'm not rushing towards defensive platforms yet. Not exactly rushing towards that anytime soon. But once I get the space station made, then we'll make the defensive platforms. But there's a long list of things that I'm planning on adding to the station. The major ones were food, then the constructor area. We're also going to have a living area, so living quarters. We're going to have a medical bay. We're going to have structures that are going to signify fuel and oxygen and water and stuff like that. Stuff that you'd see in like the International Space Station kind of deal. And also we're going to have a docking area. So we're going to have a whole bunch of docking pads and also docking bays for large corvettes and fighting craft like this one. And I'm going to come up with a couple of designs for combat craft and save the blueprints and then duplicate it. So we have like a line of military craft. You can go on the planets and do stuff on them? Yes. One of the biggest selling points for this game is the ability to build your own ships. So you're able, when you first start a run, you start out on a planet. And you build stuff to survive. And eventually you get to a point where you have the technology to be able to build yourself a spacecraft to go into space. And then once you go into space, then you have the choice of either making a space station like I'm making, or go and visit other planets. So you eventually will get the technology to be able to warp to different areas. And each and every, depending on what scenario you chose, I chose random. Right now, it's a randomly generated solar system, which allows you to go to each and every one. And each planet is a randomly generated terrain. So you could find a planet that's very much like that one, or you could find one that's one giant desert, or you can find another one that's highly radioactive, or you could find one that's like very hot and lots of volcanoes and lava and all that. And there are these structures, much like Minecraft, that randomly generate villages, spaceports, defensive towers, stuff like that. So you don't exactly know what you're going to be up against when you go out to a planet. So you have to learn to scout out the area before you decide to make a base there. I've seen planets that have so many hostile alien creatures and alien factions that you can't exactly. You're constantly under attack. You literally are constantly under attack. Okay, we're gonna need to go up. Well, you have to use the slope one first. And that's what I feel makes this game very interesting, is the combination of surviving against the elements and also surviving against alien creatures that want to eat your face. I like being constantly under attack. Yeah. Eventually the developers do plan on adding more alien races that you'll encounter. Right now, there's like a very limited number of creatures right now. And many of them are kind of passive. But when it comes to like hostile, what do you call them? Hostile wildlife, there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit of hostile wildlife to be had in this game right now. Okay. Trying to make an archway here. There we go. Well, somewhat of an archway. There we go. I'm also kind of trying to push myself when it comes to my knowledge of how to build in this game. Because, you know, it's very much like, you know, Minecraft, where you're having... You're basically playing around with blocks. Okay, these arches are going to actually work out just fine. We're going to have to duplicate that on the bottom too, down here. So everything that's up here is going to be down there too. I also fight for what I can build, so constantly building stuff is what I do. Yeah, in this game, this particular playthrough, I'm spending a lot of... whenever I need materials, I've been going to structures, conquering them, so going in there, destroying the controller block, and killing all the aliens inside, and then I go and salvage the building to get as many parts as I need. In fact, a good portion of this base was constructed due to just, you know, tearing apart large capital wrecks that I found. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I need to make more glass. I will build you a space city. Yeah, giant city in space. Okay, we're nearly out of silicon. But yeah, all you see here is stuff that I've built myself. There is the ability in the game to where, let's see here. There's an ability in the game where you can go onto the Steam Workshop and get blueprints made by other people. So you can see all these are made by other players, obviously made in creative, because a lot of these designs are not made in survival. All my stuff are made in survival. So eventually when I get a design that I like, I texture it, I name it, and I do plan on uploading it. Like this one called the Defector. It is a light combat vessel. It's got 4 missile pods and 2 miniguns, and it's got heavy armor on the front, and pretty much all the thrusters in the back here. But eventually here, once I get the space station made, which is going to take probably months, which is good because I like large projects. It helps keep me playing the game. But eventually, once we get the space station made and we get the defensive towers made, then we're going to make ourselves a battle cruiser. Biggest thing I've built is 740 blocks in all directions. And buildings for medical, food, 7 days to die. Nice. Yeah, in this game, once we get the space station made and defensive platforms made, which we're going to design one and then save the blueprint and then duplicate it. And I plan on having a ring of them up here, in the middle, and at the bottom. Once we do that, then we're going to make ourselves a battle cruiser. A giant capital vessel. That is pretty much going to be almost the size of the space station. Just, you know, many layers with giant engines and all that. We're probably not going to be able to fly the thing because it's probably going to be expensive as hell to fuel, but you know what? Screw it. Go for it. To give you an idea, 300 by 300 is going to be a landing pad in this game. Nice. That works. Yeah, the amount of build space that you have per control block, this thing, for each control block, you're looking at 250 meters up, 250 meters down, left, right, forward, back. So a sphere of 250 meters. That's, or a cube, but I haven't tested that yet, which I will eventually, to make sure that it's not just it's a block building area and not a sphere building area. A block would make sense, but if it's range in a spherical area, then that would make sense also. Okay. Make more glass, please. This is going to be a very expensive build when it comes to glass, and we need steel plates. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to make a run. So can I have more than one of these? Yes. Yes, that's why the defensive platforms are going to be separate bases. So when it comes to control blocks, you can have more than one of the control blocks. In fact, when you go to build a base, you have to make a base starter block, which just drops that. I'll show you. Yeah, you make these base starter blocks. That basically tells the game this is the beginning of a new structure. So you drop the base, it's considered its own separate entity, completely separate from everything else. And you can have as many of these as you want. Same with hovercrafts, small vessels, and capital ships. So you can have base blocks, base structures that are close to each other that are completely separate. And their sphere of influence can overlap. Granted, if you're going to be building like that, then you have to go to the structure, go into here, well, go into this thing, and then say connect to that. That way, you're not having a confusing, jumbled mess. And also, the blocks don't have to be directly connected to that block. But right now, when it comes to spaceships, they have to be directly connected, because right now, if I do this, I can't connect to it. So the blocks have to be actually touching each other. But for bases, they don't. I could have my solar panels like off over here, but they first have to be touching another block, and then you can remove the blocks from it, and then it's considered separate, stuff like that. That's why this is why this works. I had to build out to it, and then start it, and then remove the blocks. But this is another reason why I'm wanting to build such a huge structure, is so I can learn the limitations of the game. I want to learn what I can do and what I can't do, so that then I can, from that knowledge, start building much more elaborate builds. There we go. This game is better than 7 Days to Die. Yeah, it's come a long way from what I've been told. I've only been playing this game for I don't know, probably maybe like a couple weeks. It's not bad. Okay, we're gonna have to do this instead. Yeah. That won't work. It's not gonna be. It's not exactly gonna be symmetrical. So. Yeah, there's 3 blocks worth above. I'm probably gonna have to do something like this. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be nice. Then we have to fill it in with solid block arches. I can see what 7 Days to Die will turn into, right? Yeah, currently right now, this game is modular. So each block is their own separate model and all connected together. I could see people adding to this thing, much like you'd have in Minecraft, where you'd have a whole bunch of people just adding mods to this thing to add more functionality. Which, you know, once the game gets into beta and more people know about it, then you'll have more people, you know, in the community making things for it. But such an early development, it's going to be a while till that happens. Okay, I'll do just fine. I'll do big. I'll do okay. Let's see here. Probably gonna just do this first. There we go. But what the developers are planning on doing with this game is they plan on making a game in which every single time you play is a randomly generated world, and from there you can start your run, and then once you get through your entire solar system, then you can go through a gate. It's gonna probably be a wormhole or something like that. And then by going through that wormhole, you take your entire, you know, whatever you bring with you through that wormhole, and it generates a new solar system. So it's, you know, when you've basically completely exhausted the areas the solar system you started in, you go through that and you take everything that's with you, probably a giant battle cruiser or something like that. I don't know, what giant capital ship that you build to load all your stuff onto, and then go to another solar system and then do it all again. I don't know if they're going to have a story that explains why you would want to do that, but I also don't know if it's going to save the previous solar system so you can go back to it. I don't know. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, no need for story. Yeah, that's true. Do that real quick. Okay. I also got to keep in mind that I need to put lights in here. Because what constructor room doesn't have lights? Rule the solar system, right? Exactly. I mean, isn't that the point? Isn't that what everybody does? Mass Effect. Man, there's an MMO that I would be lost in forever if they ever made a Mass Effect MMO. I'd be gone. That would be my world. It's like, where did Dave go? He got lost in the Mass Effect MMO. He's gone forever. Like, yep. That's me. Heck, I would love for them to make a Mass Effect mod for this particular game. It would make so much sense. It would work so well, too. He died and went to Mass Effect. Exactly. That would totally be absolutely true. There we go. There we go. There we go. So, arches made. That works. Okay, so let's see here. Thinking probably just stick to the arches. We'll fill in the center part. I want arches of glass. We need to duplicate that on the bottom. So we're duplicating that onto the bottom also. But, you know, rotated in reverse. And now that I've spent enough time looking at it, I'm thinking probably making much larger cylinders on here. And I'm kind of acting as support beams. There. That'll work. Eventually here we're going to want to, in the far future, but we are going to have to upgrade from, we're going to have to upgrade this from hardened steel to combat steel in certain areas, particularly areas that are carrying current systems that are very important. Because combat steel's got like 2,000 health per block. So I have to be prepared for the possibility of this place getting under attack. Yeah, that's going to be nice. When it comes to capital ships and bases, each block is like 3 meters tall. So a little bit taller than a person. So, yeah. There's a lot of blocks worth. Just a sense of scale. For when you're, you know, in a jetpack and just kind of flying around, it doesn't look that huge until you know, keep that in mind that every square that you see on that thing is a person. So it's off it goes. It's very large. And each side is capped off with a observation tower. Which is sweet. Okay. So how are we doing this? I'm probably gonna put some glass somewhere in here to kind of connect the two. But trying to figure out the connection point is going to be interesting. I'm also going to have an area for storage that's going to act as like, this is where all of the components kind of coalesce. The longest part? I think the longest part is going to probably be the texturing. You get this gun, you get these two guns. One that puts a color onto a block, and the other that puts a texture onto the block. Having to texture this giant structure is going to be interesting. It's going to be different. Also, probably to keep my station from losing all of its oxygen, I'm probably going to have to, every once in a while, in this pillar, is put force fields. So that as long as, if the station does get under attack, I don't lose all of my... I won't lose all the oxygen on my station. And my dropping of frames, I don't know what's going on. Fucking hell. Stupid. Swear to God. Sometimes my internet derps up like this. Something's running in the background, I know it. See here. I probably want to do something like this. Either my internet or it's probably Twitch, which is probably being weird right now. There we go. That'll work. That'll work. In the future, make one more taller so you can do lights. It looks better. Yeah. Well, I can put lights like right here. I can put a light on the arches. Just kind of sealing it up. I thought about it, I was like, I don't need a complete arch of glass. That'll work. That will work for now. Okay. Now I just need to figure out how am I going to connect the two here soon, but do this. So 2, and then right there. 1, 2. Just duplicating the same exact design over here. Because, you know, 0G and all. And right there. Right there. Oh, it's kind of sensitive. Yeah. There we go. The same exact design, just reversed. Which we need to go and get glass. Just get those steel archways started. Okay. How do we do that? Oh yeah, okay. There we go. Ah! Oh, blocks. Okay. That's gonna be a project all in itself. Once I get all the modules put on, I gotta add lights to everywhere. Because right now the only lights we have are the growing lights that are in the farm, the landing lights for this docking pad, and the lights that mark where the door is. The only lights we have right now. We don't have. Oh yeah, we have like a green light and a red light on either end. That's pretty much it. You're not even close to done. I do not see a monster yet. Yeah, we're not even close. Not even close. Yeah, let's go get oxygen. Turn on main power. There we go.
Yes, Captain.
Okay. Gotta drift back into the planet here. Hopefully we don't get the terrain glitch. There's a glitch in the game right now that light on your face. Currently right now there is a terrain glitch that the texture for the floor doesn't load in correctly. So hopefully we don't have that problem. If we do, then we'll just have to we'll have to restart the game. Well, restart, reload the level. Yep, there's the glitch. Lovely. Okay, we're gonna go this way. And I see my mouse outside the game. This is why I said that the game is currently in severe alpha. It's a problem that they've been trying to fix for a while. It's a slight, in reality, it's a slight issue. It's easily dealt with, but I'm hoping that they fix that so we don't have that problem anymore. But part of me feels like it happens because I load the game in space. Okay. So over here is where we put all of our oxygen generation stuff. They're called survival generators. All they do is they grab moisture from the air and they create oxygen and water. And you can see underneath the ground. Eventually we're going to have to go and gather those blocks, but we spent some time here and just removed all of everything above the surface. So turn off main power. Turn off main power.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of oxygen here. Okay. And we're going to do this. We're going to exit out and go back in, and it should fix the problem. It happens. It happens at least once or twice every stream. Welcome to planet Earth. Yep. At least it loads fairly quickly. There we go. Turn on main power.
Performing now.
Okay. Yep. straight up. And since we're out of glass and silicon right now, we're gonna have to go and make a trip to go and get some. A really cool feature about this game is that technically the planet is actually rotating. So when you go and land straight down, spend some time down there, and then you go straight back up, chances are you're going to end up on the other side of the planet. So you have to go around the planet to get back to if you have a space station. Glass is great. Glass is great. You swallow it and all the pain ends. Yeah, right? Ooh. Yeah. Right now, all of the modules on the space station are designed in such a fashion to where I extend out from them. Eventually, we're going to have like 4 farm plots in this direction. And then we're going to build another one of these somewhere else on this thing. And it will go 4 modules in that direction. So we're like slowly expanding out. Turn off main power.
Performing now.
Gotta make sure my jet is on, or I'll end up inside a block somewhere. Okay. Let's do this. Drop all that oxygen on there. Drop the water somewhere over here. And that. Okay, we're looking good. Let's check to make sure that we've got food. Okay, we got vegetables. We got grain. Plant protein. I got the mushrooms, but I really don't care about the mushrooms. I'm gonna make food. We're gonna have to probably go and farm up some. We're gonna have to go and farm up materials so we can make more plants, because we need to grow up the farm eventually here. I will take steak. Yeah. There is steak here. Grilled steak. Cereals. Fried vegetables. Energy bars. Energy bars is probably what you're going to start out with when you do a playthrough. Just finding plant protein. Make a ton of energy bars. As you know, just like every other survival game, the more you move around, the more calories you burn. But in this particular game, just by standing still, you're burning calories. So you're constantly having to eat and make oxygen. My only criticism about the using of items in this game, if you go and use an item to like eat and stuff like that, you can't eat again until the sound effect stops. So I really wish they would change that, because it's quite annoying hearing this character smack his lips and then have to go through it all over again. Yeah, then we'll store this right here. Also, all the food has a perish time, so it will rot. So if you don't eat it or you don't store it somewhere in a refrigerator, it will go bad. Okay, so time for us to make a trip. Get materials. Turn on main power.
Engaging.
Okay, here we go. Going to the moon we've got a station that we have to dismantle over there. We'll just drift. Currently, right now, this particular ship is a mining. It's like a mining. It's a combination of 3 vessels designed strictly for mining, and also going to planets and moons to find points of interest and salvage what we need. And right now, we recently just destroyed a drone tower. Like a drone facility of some sort. And we gotta go in there and salvage what's left of it. Because once you destroy a point of interest, or any wreck for that matter, once you destroy the control block, then you have free reign to, use your multi-tool to salvage all the parts on it. You don't get, unless you put your own block in it, you'll only get like steel plates, hardened plates, glass, stuff like that. You'll only get components, but if you put your own block in it, it will give you the completed part by itself, much like it was your own base. Which, if you're looking to like save time, but what I really need right now is steel plates and glass. And this will give us a ton of steel plate really quickly. The other option, the slower option, is just go and get yourself, go and find yourself deposits and get the get the raw ore itself, which you can do. Which I do have a mining vessel on in the hangar for this thing, so we can do that. Which are a couple of very large deposits of iron ore on this moon that we can go and salvage. Because giant planet. Well, it's a giant moon. Which I haven't found all the deposits yet. Still a couple of deposits that I have not found yet. Also, every planet has a day-night cycle, of course. Okay, we'll just... Okay. This is the place that we're trying to... Whoa! Keep doing that. You need to learn to come to a complete stop. Okay, we need a flat place to... somewhere flat to... drop. There we go. And we'll let that continue. Check our power levels. 94, that's fine. We've got enough fuel for this. Okay. Okay, our ugly mining / salvaging vessel. I have to turn on it manually. But it's function over form for this thing. Not exactly supposed to look pretty. Just supposed to work. Okay. So what we need to do, get ourselves on here. And we got salvage here. We could do this by hand, or we could do this with the tool, and the tool is way better. Yeah. Go and get into devices. There's the multi-turret. Okay. Now the downside to salvaging is that the blocks have structural integrity. And if the structural integrity is bad, bits and pieces will just break off and you lose all the components for it. So I try to I try really hard to get the top part of the structure first. If I can. But this one's so damn tall, it's kind of difficult. Plus there's a couple of creatures inside of this thing. Still are hanging on for dear life. They haven't realized that I have won, so. This will give us a ton of steel plate really quickly. Plus there's a bottom part to this thing. This thing goes down pretty deep. Okay. I may have to go on foot. Just so that we don't have the entire top part of this thing just break. Like that. Oh my god. That's why I put a mini turret onto this thing. That's why I put a minigun onto this thing. Just in case that happens. Okay, we're gonna have to back off a little bit. Okay. Drop this thing down. We're gonna have to clear them out. Take out the, we're gonna have to go and take out the spawn point. There. There's your spawn point. We broke into where a couple were hanging out here. Heavy weapon upgrade. There it is. There. Going inside this thing would have probably been horrible. We drop a little glass though. At least that one did. Projectile. I get some more bullets. Nanotubes off of that one. I feel like I'm gonna have to do this by hand. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this by hand, try and get my, to make sure that the entire top part of this thing doesn't come crashing down. That's a lot of steel we'd lose out on. Unless we went and made ourselves a CV that had salvaging capability, which is definitely something we could do. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take off the top part of this thing before things get out of hand. Okay, let's turn the power off on this thing. That's gonna be our ride back after we're done. Okay, there was a elevator over here. Right here. Right there. That goes down to the bottom part. Yeah. Stupid robots. Okay. Nearly to the top here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's do this by hand a little bit here. Give me all the steel, damn it. Railways are not these railings are not giving me much of anything. But we can do this. Okay, right here. This is the edge. Gotta just be careful. Gonna walk over to here. We're gonna hit the drone here. So allow us to salvage from relative safety. Just have to be sure not to take off anything that's going to kill us. The last thing we want is to just fall to our death here. But yeah, each block is like 6 steel plate. And one block is worth probably around 10. So we're not getting exactly, but this is like, you know, free. Anything that will keep us from having to spend, you know, hours waiting for ingots to be made and then ingots turned into steel plates and stuff like that. We're just trying our hardest to save some time, just a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, the multi-turret, the salvaging turret, doesn't point straight up. Kind of locked to an angle. A lot of glass. Nice. But this is one of the random structures that appears in the game. And sometimes there is going to be items that can be found inside of the containers in here that will give you much higher tier materials and also devices. Like I've gotten advanced constructors inside these things. But there's a particular device that, particular component that you can find that you can't make. It's called a auto miner core. The auto miner core just allows you to place this device, allows you to build this device that you can just place somewhere, and it will just, you know, remove material from a deposit without you actually being there. But in order to get it, you have to go to points of interest to find it so you can use it. Now we've only gotten 2 of them. Yeah. Okay. Let's take off the top. Keep concentrating on the top part. Keep an eye on where I'm currently standing. It's almost like a free camera, this thing. Get all the glass here. There we go. Free glass. Can't turn that down. There we go. Okay. Start from the top, work our way down. Eventually we'll get to a point where we'll run out of space here. We're getting pretty close to that point though. Yeah, this particular point of interest took a while to clear out too, because pretty much this thing was like completely filled with turrets and spawn points. In fact, I think the majority of the aliens that we ran into were just like nothing but, you know, miniguns. Yeah, that's just pretty much miniguns. The power station had its own annoyances. That one had shotgun dudes, which the shotgun in this game is extremely overpowered, but it's balanced out by the fact that it's extremely hard to aim with the thing. It doesn't act like an actual shotgun where it like has spread to it. It shoots more of like it's shooting slugs. So you have to have like really good aim. And the downside is that the AI has got godly aim, so them with a shotgun is extremely dangerous. Okay, we're gonna have to move ourselves here. There we go. Oh. Yeah, that. That we don't want to happen underneath our feet. Because there is falling damage in the game. Obviously. It'd be kind of weird for a game not to have falling damage. Reload again. Then gonna get to the point where we're gonna not have to do this anymore. Can go back to the hovercraft. Yeah, one block is not gonna hurt us. Make sure I get that glass. Okay. There we go. How are we doing? Okay, we're like 2,000 steel plate. I think I've made it short enough to where the hovercraft can, yeah, 50 meters. I think that's pretty good. $19 charges left on this thing. Let's test that out. Move that. Meteorite incoming. Oh, there's a meteorite right over there. There we go. Had to use the jetpack to kind of keep myself from hitting the ground too hard. Okay. Go to the other side. Yeah, eventually here we're gonna have to do a redesign of this thing again. It's functional, but it's extremely difficult to control at times. Oh yeah, we're looking good. Nice. Ugh. It's times like these. There we go. There's a lot of things I still have to design. I have to design a CV that can do this. Because I got a bunch of wrecked... I have a bunch of derelict ships that are just near my space station. That we can grab materials from. If we can make ourselves a CV, I can salvage. Start grabbing those materials too. We got so much more of this station. This thing is huge. It's just, I'm just saying, this thing is just massive. Massive station. Massive base right here. Which is good and bad. Good because, man, we're gonna have to steal for days, but bad because it'd take us forever to get through. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna take what I have here. Get some blocks started. I need more thrusters on this thing. There we go. Get ourselves back on the ship here. Come on, come on. There we go. It's a turret on the top. Keeps getting stuck. But we need that turret to defend ourselves. Yeah. Turn that off. Yeah. We also need to head back and fill up on oxygen. We're getting kind of low. There we go. What's nice is we don't have to worry about having to get into orbit first and then having to do having to do burns to widen our orbit and all that kind of stuff. So it's not that the game is not that realistic. And I am currently missing pieces of my ship. Am I? No, everything's here. Okay. That worried for a second. I was like, did my ship get attacked? What just happened? Okay, back to Olympus Station. Okay, A92. Our hovercraft is going to need oxygen. Well, our hovercraft is going to need fuel here soon. Ugh. We haven't even gotten into the final tier of raw ore yet. We do know where it is located, but we haven't had a need to go and get the stuff yet. I've got my hands full just trying to get the station at least semi-functional. Because I need to... Still got so many things I need to make on this thing. I still have to make the docking area. I've got to make a giant docking station, which will allow me to dock the CV onto the station. Or any other CVs I come up with. Well, that in itself is a massive project. Okay. Turn the auto brake on. Turn it on. Okay. Turn off main power.
Affirmative.
There we go. Open you up. There we go. Down this way. Here we go. Okay, glass, steel plate, hardened plate, armored windows, which we will need eventually, but not for this. Yeah, oxygen. There it is. Let's fill ourselves up on oxygen. We are kind of lacking. There we go. And we'll drop the completed components. Okay, drop you, drop you, drop you, drop you. Decoration consoles, got you. Okay, hardened steel plates will keep on us. The eventual goal here is to just remove all of the... I've got a whole bunch of components in here that I need to remove. So I've got to remove these oxygen tanks so that those ones can take over. Which all that is going to be duplicated down that direction once we have enough oxygen. It's going to be a while. Then I gotta move the refrigerators into their own zone. I gotta move these two constructors to their own zone. That's why I have the constructor module. Then we'll have like a food production module, which I'm probably going to put in between the two modules for the farms. So it'll be like 2 modules, food production, and then 2 more modules after that. Kind of make like a farm that's like a cross section, kind of a pattern. Well, cross pattern. Drop you off. Yeah. Glass. Then we'll go and grab more materials that's on our hovercraft. Drop, drop, drop. There we go. The difficult part to zero-G anything is trying to understand what's up or down. That definitely makes things interesting. Iron block, iron ingots. Okay, we'll just drop those there. And grab you, drop you off. Drop you off. Grab all those. We're definitely going to have to make ourselves a trip to get more items here. Probably silicon. Definitely silicon. There we go. You here, drop you there. There we go. There we go. Beginnings of our module here. Well, nearly completed module. Got ways though. Okay. What time is it? 9 o'clock? Okay. Can't wait until they get the copy paste thing working, because there's in the debug options you can copy a design and paste it somewhere else, but because if that was the case I could copy from this block up and then just kind of paste it in the same spot. Do that. Now that I know where I'm going with this. There we go. There we go. And the light back on. There we go. Okay. Right here. Rotate. There we go. And then connect the sides. There we go. Then we fill in with glass. In fact, I'm gonna have to do this real quick. There. There we go. Near perfect duplicate of the other side. Do this real quick. There we go. I'd say I'm getting better at building in this game, and I'm getting a little bit more consistent which is great. I gotta figure out a good complement to this area eventually. I'm thinking probably a somewhat of a hexagon cylindrical thing over here, but up this direction. Because I gotta think about additional docking pads where I could put them so that whenever I need to, rather than going through the center column, I could just go outside, get in a small transport pod and move to a different part of the station, because eventually the station is going to be so huge, just, you know, using my jetpack to get everywhere is going to be unreasonable, especially when the modules, especially if I want to move from that module to this module, right? You know, I could go through the center and get to it, but if I'm like going from a module that's way up there, I could just hop out of a hatch, come down here, and then get in at another hatch over here. Plus it would look cooler. There'd be a lot more stuff going on at the same time. Okay. Because right now the only hatch I have is this one. So having more than just these probably be a smart thing to do. Yeah, 51. There we go. There we go. Okay. Got both sides made. So you got constructors on one end, and then we'll have more constructors on the other end. We're not going to use all of them, but they're going to exist. Eventually going to have like a forge room, because there's this device that we can have set up that allows us to create ingots from raw ore. And they're, you know, they're going to have to be close enough to each other to allow us to do that. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Trying to figure out how to connect that with that. Now, what I could do, use this real quick. I'll only do something like this. Page down, please. Thank you. Could work. Kind of using the windows to kind of sketch out the path here. So if we do something like this. Yeah, we could probably do that. I have to get rid of this, maybe. We do something like that. Again, it'd be like dropping more blocks. More blocks onto this thing. Well, more glass panes. Unneeded glass panes, maybe. Might do something kind of like halfway in between. Do this. Because, you know, you want it to look cool too. Functional, but look cool. Oh. Oh, wait. Okay. I think something like this. I just don't want it. I'm gonna have. Okay, fine. Game. I don't like having to do that, but I mean, it gave me really little didn't give me much choice. Yeah, I'm thinking probably that kind of a pain. Then we'll like side by side solid blocks so that when you look up and down, you've got like, you can see space. That might work. Yeah. There we go. There we go. That works. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. I need to make more blocks. Once we get that filled in, and then we, you know, cut off the other side here to where it's all airtight, then we can remove the blocks separating this station, well, this module from the station. We have to put ventilators in here somewhere. Ventilators, ventilation. Okay, hard steel blocks. There we go. While we're here, there we go. I also want each and every module to be fairly unique so that when you're looking at the station from far away, you can kind of guess where everything is. So it's like the square ones are going to be where food is located. This archway rounded one is probably going to be where, you know, constructors are located. I gotta figure out the best way to make it to where the living quarters is located, where all the, you know, beds and all that kind of stuff is located. I am going to put at least one bar on here, one that looks like a bar. Okay, there we go. That'll work. Go and fill this in. There we go. essentially what I'm going for here. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Okay. Do that again. Also, I have to have enough space to where we can actually get into the thing. Yeah, that'll work. And we'll do this just to make it look semi-structurally sound. There. That'll work. Now we need to figure out this part. Somewhere from this direction. Probably something like this, maybe. Yeah. Probably something like that. Then we can use regular blocks to connect it from here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, figure out how to. The corners. I'm trying to figure out in my head here. Probably do some this. That might work. Almost want to make it look like it's another spaceship that's kind of just connected its nose onto the front of this thing. Just kind of making this up as I go. See here. Maybe something like this instead. Yet more glass. As I am masochist. Okay. Do something like this. Fill that in. Do that. Just to kind of finish that block. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll do something like this. Finish that off. I mean, technically it's airtight. Right there. There we go. Okay. See how that looks on the inside. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad looking. Okay. I'm gonna figure out these corner parts. Here. Probably something like this. Yeah, that'll work. And now we need to fill out yeah, that'll work. That will work. Just... Ah! Damn it. Stupid block. Okay, let's just go with that. I just don't want it to be too smooth to where it just looks boring. Yeah. Then we just repeat the process over on the other side. Just need to figure out the other side here. There we go. Let's so that. Here we go. Now we're gonna have to do it this way. Right there. Right there. Do this. There. Gadgets. We just stop right there? I guess we do. And I did this. Okay. Oh shit. Cars. Cars. Stupid, sensitive. Yeah, whatever. Okay. We do this. Here. Correct? Yes. And we add a block, an angle block. Flipped upside down. Right there. There we go. There we go. That looks about right. Then we got one block and a corner block. Yeah, one block, corner block. There it is. There we go. I need to move my angle a little bit. There we go. And we add block. There we go. Okay, I think I've duplicated the entire design. Okay. It works. Yeah, that should be airtight. Should. Now we gotta figure out the back end of this thing. There's an interesting process. Now, the easy way would just be to cover it with blocks and call it good. But I feel like I need to add kind of like a forge room at the very back, where it just exists to be where all the forges are going to be located, pumping out iron ingots. How are we going to do that? turn this shape into a cylindrical shape that's going up like that. Up that way. Forge room. Do this here. Okay, so out from here, 1, 2, 3. Do this. Okay. A forge is how big? I remember. I think the forges are like gigantic. I think they're like 3 by 3. I think they're like 3 by 3 blocks. Check. Forge. Yeah, 3 by 3 by 3. So the forges are huge. I want to set them up as kind of like a cross pattern. Something like this. They got one here. One here. One here. Oh, that has to be there, but not right now. I just need to figure out the placement in my head here. One right here. Okay, so one there, one there, one there, and one there. Hum. Wait. Don't need that. Okay. Okay, so we need enough room to move around. So could be, might not be a cylinder, it might just be a dome. Or at least, you know, semi-dome. And whatever we do on one side, we have to do on the other side too. Probably going to be using symmetry this time too. Just to make sure that everything, you know, is duplicated correctly. One option we could do is you could make it to where it's all a half cylinder. So it's straight all the way to here, and then its cylinders up and down. Would probably be a quicker option too. Fill that in. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So we could do something like this. From here. Extend out from there. And then we have to surround it back here. Gotta figure out how to get probably something like this. Yeah. Oh, we're out of blocks. Okay. Out of blocks. There you go, all the blocks we need. I have to put a couple of windows, but not as many as the constructor area. There you go. Yeah. How much oxygen we have? 16. Okay, we're good. Filling ourselves up on oxygen a little bit. And I'm going to take a quick break, bathroom break. Think about this for a second. I'm trying to visualize it in my head where I'm going. And I'll be right back. Be right back. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I think I have an idea of where I'm going here. I thought about it and I was just like, okay, if we go with the cylindrical part going up for the forges, then we can add docking onto that, onto this thing. Kind of like what we have right there. But we can add like, maybe like a couple of those things added onto it. Okay, so we got one block out. We have to make sure it's one block up too. Well, 3 blocks up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Yeah. So that's how big the forges are. They have to be 3 blocks up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do this real quick before we forget. And geometry plane right there. There. One, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Because we need to have enough space in order to get to all the forges. That's the most important part. Because there's going to be like one right here. Actually, I don't think we need to add one right here. Probably go down to 6. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6 on the bottom. Yeah, that'll work. And then we can turn the center area into kind of like a place to get to all of them. Yeah, that'll work. That works. Okay. Do something like this. Like here. 1. Right there. Do that. And then there. There we go. Make sure it's, yeah, it's not 100%. Gonna have to move that up 1 block. Yeah. And there we go. Better. Much better. Yeah. Better. Okay, that'll work. Okay. Let's see here. Do that. Right there. There we go. Make sure we have the ability to get to all of them. Probably do a solid block right there instead. Think about it. There. That'll work. When it comes to making the floor, it's not going to exactly help us any, but... remove that. Do this instead. Nope. No. A fill in that area with blocks. We have this. An angled area. An angled block put in there. Okay. Gonna be like a cylindrical, angled, whatchamacallit, right there. And I'm not going to completely angle it off because, you know, want to have a little bit of texture to this thing, just so that it doesn't look horrible. Because we can add stuff into that or off of that. Okay. Now let's see here. Thinking probably something like this, maybe. Want that to look somewhat armored. Maybe, sorta. Because we're gonna put windows right there. Like this. These kind of windows. I don't think those will work. We have to do these kind of windows. Yeah, we're gonna have to. There we go. 2x2 windows. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work out just fine. Have fun. No problem. I'm coming down to the last hour and a half of my stream, so I'm gonna have to go off to work eventually here. Yay, work. That's gonna look awesome when it's finished. A room for the forges. We need more glass. Let's see here. How much glass did we make over here? Not enough. Make glass. Hey, make glass. Window block. Regular. And we can do this. It'll just look cool. There we go. Yeah. It will have no further function than that. Okay. Do something like this, maybe. I'm gonna leave the sides empty. So it almost looks like a walkway, and in 0G I can use that to get down. Get to the other forges. Should I need to? Okay. Do something like this, maybe. That. I haven't used many of these blocks. Do that real quick. There. That worked out well. Okay. What am I gonna put right there? Probably put something like that there. Maybe. No, probably not. Do something like this, though. What we're gonna put there, I'm not 100% sure on. I do want to start capping this off a little bit. Kind of turning it into an arena of some sort. Oop. Maybe out to there, maybe. That'll work. Yeah, that should work. out to here and stop. 2, 3. Now we're off by 1. Let's yeah. Move on to the next one. It's like no music, please. No music with words in it, please. That'd be nice. Let's do that. I gotta think about ending right here and then blend it into the rest of that. And I'm getting hungry. Need to get food. Soon. Okay. Make us blocks. You get grain. Lots of grain. So that I can make the seeds, so we can increase the amount of production for those things. But the good thing is that we're making some progress. Don't like how the windows are tinted like that, though. Makes it really hard to be able to look out and see the other modules. No. Man. I'm also trying to design these things to where I can expand upon them. So adding more, modules onto modules. Because we've got a lot of room to kind of grow. So we want to design them in such a fashion to where it can grow. Adding more farm plots, adding more constructor modules for the sake of having them. Yeah. My food should be done. Feed myself. There we go. That took forever. Okay. I have 150 of them. That should allow us to start working on this again. that don't work. That don't work. Probably something like this, maybe. Redo that. Retry again. Much as I was like, love to just fill this damn thing in. Okay. Not right there. Try that. No, that won't work. Maybe something like that. Nope. Not gonna work. Maybe do something like this. Do that. Let's try that. Okay, we gotta figure out what to put underneath this then. This could be an option. It would work with the columns. And it would fill that in. So okay, that works. That works. Then we can kind of mirror what we're doing over there, over here. We'll do something like this. Do something like that. Okay. Then we can put windows here. And I'm gonna do nope. Nope. Can I? Damn it. I would love to be able to figure out a way to cancel that so I don't have to build. But there's no good way of doing that. I have to just go with the fill it out with blocks. Straight up blocks. because reasons, I guess. Yeah, I'll just have to do. Oh, that's not gonna work. Not a duplicate of the other side. Anywhere close. We're trying to give the the feeling of that this was a ship that just kind of docked and then we turned it into a module, you know, or at least, you know, it was the payload of a ship. Which eventually I'm going to add something onto it that make it look like engines, like it landed that way. But that's for a later date. Right now it's just kind of getting this whole thing functional, and then we're going to go around and decorate it. There we go. That'll work. Where's the second half to this thing? Doesn't look like there is one. Oh, well. There we go. We're learning things. This is gonna come into handy when we start doing kind of dome-shaped objects. Okay. And we got that out of the way. Pyramid A. That's just the pyramid, okay. Do something like this, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, let's do that. And then we can do something like this. Do something right down the center here. And we can do this. Like that. Yeah, I'm starting to like the idea of making this thing look like it's a docked capital ship that we've turned into a means of producing. Yeah, I like it. Let's go with that. Do a lot of cool things with that kind of a concept. Oh shit, we're gonna have to do this, aren't we? Which means we're gonna have to make something look like a bridge. Which I'll do once we get enclosed, and then we'll designate one side as the bridge. That way we can sit there and go, okay, this is the bridge over here, and call it good. Okay, let's see here. Where is it? Where is that block? Oh, there it is. Thin corner. What we need. There we go. Keep that going up. We'll do this. There we go. Bring it up one more blurk. Right there. One right there. And we're out of the blocks. Lovely. That's gonna look, that in the inside looks pretty sweet. Okay. There's a couple of blocks we're gonna have to delete and replace to make it look a little bit better on the inside. But first we need to figure out how it looks on the outside first. Then we'll play around with the inside look of it. But yeah, that's looking very capital ship looking. I just need to put engines on it. Or at least things that look like engines. Which I'll put them like on the sides here. So I'll put like, because there's these blocks that are like, that look like capsules or parts of capsules, and they're hollow, so you can make them look like engines. I've seen that on a couple of downed wrecks that I've salvaged. Oh, look, windows. Well, glass for windows. We need some blocks for these. Let that go. And as soon as we've completed this module, we get to move all the constructors over to their new home. Which will be over here. But yeah, I like that idea. That looks like it was brought here with a giant, a massive capital ship and was just positioned into place, which would make sense for farming modules. And then this is like a Corvette frigate-sized capital ship that docked with the station, docked with the central part and has just remained there. I like that. I like that idea. We just have to, finish designing it. Which means we could put one of those radar dishes and some antenna on this thing to make it look like it's a capital ship that docked. I need to figure out how to fill that in. Reminds me of half of the town built on shipwreck landfill. You're right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Want this thing to look like it was like they had built this giant tower, and then it's just kind of like they've kind of docked a whole bunch of ships to it, and that they've maybe like they docked them and then they kind of gutted some of the ships and turned them into things that were useful, where the only thing that remains of the ship that once was is the outer part, the hull. Yeah, I like that. That'll look pretty sweet. Okay. Okay, 50. We're gonna have to go in. We're gonna have to go on to another steel run here soon. Okay. See which side has been filled in, which has not. In fact, I'll maybe even add something that looks like landing gear, because on a base block, on a base structure, you can't put landing gear, obviously, but we'll probably add something that looks like landing gear. Which would also kind of fit our run a little bit, because we are doing a lot of salvaging, so it would make sense that our space station kind of fit that theme of being a salvage. Like we brought a structure off of the planet and used it as a part of our space station. Speaking of landing gear, you kept up with the anniversary update? All I know of right now is that they're going to add the ability to have turrets that can go down and be, doors that kind of appear on top of it. Pop-up turrets, yeah. But no retractable landing gear. Yeah. It would be nice if they could have retractable landing gear, but I do like the idea of retractable turrets. So when you have like a giant battle cruiser, all the cannons just kind of come out and go. It'd be awesome. Like, let's go. Let's do this. I could do some very cool stuff. That's gonna sound like a lot of fun to play around with. There we go. Do this. Just kind of fill that in. Let's do this. I'm probably going to turn off symmetry now. Yeah, let's turn off symmetry real quick here. Done. Because this is where I'm going to be starting to decide which side is going to be the... I'm thinking it's probably going to be this side. Yeah. This will probably be where the mock bridge is going to be located. And then the other side I'm going to smooth out. And this is where going to be the quote-unquote landing gear is going to be located. Let's see here. Do something like this. Nice. Maybe like that? No, that's not gonna work. What could I put there? Thinking probably like this. Then we'll replace. Place these blocks with regular square blocks. There. There. That'll work. There. That'll work. Okay. See here. Do that. Now. Yeah. Then we'll do some similar, like that. Yeah, we don't have enough blocks for that. Fine. Yeah, not a lot left. But the good thing is that now that is airtight. That's the good news. The good news is that it's airtight. So all the blocks have been filled in. Actually, I probably need to... Yeah, I got the windows I gotta put on there. This window right here, and the one on the bottom. This is where the forge room is. We're gonna have 3 forges right here and 3 forges on the bottom. They're not gonna be turned on unless I can't turn them off. That'll be kind of difficult. Should be able to turn forges off. I think I remember them having a switch where you turn them off and on. Yeah. Probably not enough. Probably just enough to fill in little blocks. Yeah. Let's get some oxygen real quick. We'll check our oxygen situation. 10%. That's good. 10% minus how much is used to fill the thing. I also have to create the mock engines. It's going to require a lot of steel blocks. Lots of steel blocks. Okay. And that. There, right there, right there. And then we're filling that in. And then we're gonna have to put windows to kind of pretend that's the bridge windows. A very, very tiny bridge, but it will do. Let's see here. I can make hardened steel blocks here. I got steel plate. A little bit of steel plate there. So we'll just start making it from that. There we go. Got to go. Take care. Not a problem. Thanks, YOLO. Thanks for hanging out. Still got a little left of the stream here. Oh yeah, that's gonna look awesome. I just need to decorate it. See if I have any decorative or antenna blocks still remaining. Check my storage here. Got walkways. Got a growing plot. Got armor, door, solar panels, vents. Got a large generator, which we need to plug in somewhere eventually. Armor locker. Doesn't look like I have any. Got armored windows. Got trusses. Might as well add some trusses inside that thing. Oh, heavy window block. Yeah, they work on bases. Good. Just to kind of sell the whole. Oh shit. Just as I was about to drop it. Okay, there we go. There. But yeah, that's supposed to look like a bridge. Somewhat. Gonna add some trusses on the inside of here. Kind of like this is what's being used to hold everything together in here. Because of all this empty space. We're gonna have to add all the add the forges. These trusses are just for decoration, really. They have no other use. To give the feel of this thing as like it's been gutted, these things have been placed, you know, like this used to be like an engine room or something like that, but now it's a forge. Stuff like that. I need to put one of those on here too. Okay. I'm just like, what? Where? What's life? Where am I? There we go. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to probably do something more like this. Have a bit of an angled piece here. Something like this. There. There. Okay, I need to make more of those armored windows. Let's see here, decorative blocks. Okay, let's make a couple of antenna. Radar. Now let's see here. Here. Regular blocks. Okay, glass panes. I need a lot of glass panes. $15 per. Do something like this. Yeah. Have it kind of like sitting on the side there. And we'll have... do some rotating here. Do something like this, maybe. Nah, not on that side. We already have a radio dish on that side. Do something like that. Yeah, that'll work. And antenna 3. Probably up here somewhere. Yeah, why not? Okay. Looking a lot better. Looking a lot better. Looks like a capital ship. Looks like the remains of a capital ship just docked to the side of the giant tower station. And it's been left there for a while. And it's being used for other reasons, other uses. Grab that. Drop you here. Okay. 1, 2. 2 window blocks is all we need. We'll come back to filling in the decorative parts later. But I wanted to get, at the very least, I just wanted to get this thing airtight before we move any further here. Okay. Because that bridge is only decorative, no other function. Okay, ventilation. We've got to be able to put oxygen in this thing. Where's our ventilation? Ah, they're the ventilation blocks. Nice. Okay. We're also going to have to see if we have enough oxygen to do such a thing. Do we have roasted mushrooms? And plasma, veggie burger. Oh. Just eating the vegetables straight up. There we go. Better. Go into the farm here real quick. Grab what we can. There we go. Game's lagging. There we go. Okay. That's weird. Bring you on. 1, 2. Okay. Things are looking good. While that's being worked on, we'll go into the farm and place this thing. Over here. Pick up one. Drop a plot right there. In fact, I'm going to do this real quick. I get these dropped. Get those things producing. They're not doing me any good just sitting inside my inventory. Those are berry bushes. We're eventually going to have to get to the point where a 3x3 plot is one type of plant rather than multiple plants, but it will work. It will work for now. Okay. Miss anything? No, we're good. Food. Grab both. Eat that. Turn it off. Eventually all this except for the control block is going to be removed. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create kind of like make it look like a crystal or something decorative, and it's going to surround the control block, so it will be there but it won't be there. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to get inside of this thing eventually and fill it with oxygen. And then we need to move the constructor block out here. The constructors out here, place them probably on the underside, and then fill this thing with oxygen. But I'm kind of holding back on that because I don't think I have enough oxygen for that part of the space station yet. Not 100% sure on that. Yeah. That way it doesn't spoil on us. See here, do I have lights? See if I can make lights. No, we can't. We need glass. A lot of things we need glass for. Okay. I also don't want to open up that new section quite yet because I need oxygen. Okay, let's go make a quick stop on the surface. Turn on main power. Turn on main power.
Confirmed.
Let's go and see if enough oxygen has been made. Last I checked, there was like 4 fuel. There was 4 fuel containers still on the thing. So it's got a ways to go before it burns through all that. Yep. Okay. Figured as much. Part of me was thinking, oh, it's kind of having issues right now. It's probably had this. It probably has the glitch again. Yes, it does. Whatever. We'll be heading down here anyway, just grabbing oxygen and leaving anyway, so not a big deal. The second time we've been down here, and it's the second time it's happened. So, yeah. Kind of how it goes. Turn that on. Oh, that's why. And the mouse has escaped from the game. I like saw some flashing happening in the corner of my eye. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what the heck is that? That was my mouse selecting things. A lot of oxygen we just got. That's nice. And we just go straight back up again. Doom. Back in space. Back to Olympus Station. Turn that off. And then coast. There we go. Eventually we're gonna put mock engines on that thing. It'll look a lot better. But we're gonna have to spend a lot of time getting we're gonna have to get a lot of iron and all that. Yeah, turn off main power. Turn off main power.
Confirmed.
Gonna jet back on. Okay. check. 29, 34%. Yeah, 34%. We might have enough to fill a new part of the space station. So first and foremost, we need to get inside. Get inside using one that can easily be replaced from here. Okay, so we're gonna do this real quick. I could probably put it right here. These things kind of have a range to them, so. And I'm thinking probably putting one right there. There we go. And we need something centralized right here. Probably right here. There. No empty space for that block. Well, guess what? I made the empty space. Come at me. Okay. Let's double check here and go into here, debug, show airtight blocks. Let's make sure that everything is airtight. That one is not airtight, obviously. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our one block.
Yes, Commander.
I have no idea what she just did. Do that. Turn off, turn on. There we go. Okay, show oxygen. We're good. Nice. And now we can connect it with the rest of the station. Nice. There we go. We're now good. How much oxygen did that use? Oh, wow. Okay. Bro, it's only down to a little bit. That's good. Okay, so what we're going to do here, I'm going to grab the coloring tool and the texturing tool. Man, loading, man. Okay, I need to mark this. What color are we gonna go with? Probably orange. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this instead. Just mark the side that actually has the entrance. Because we have to, you know, symbols. E, engineering. E. Do that. Kind of more of a W, but need to make sure that when we're looking up, we're like, oh, there's engineering. And we go into here. That works, yeah. It's perfect. And then we could be like, okay, engineering over here. Do this a little bit. That's perfect. That'll work. Then we just go whoop. Engineering, construction, kind of a deal. The E deck. And then this one's kind of weird spot, so probably do green. That's not gonna work. There we go. Much better. And then we'll go into here. See here. Go with G. Garden. G. Yeah. That'll work for now. I just need to figure out color coding. I have to make it pretty easy on myself to know where I am and where I'm going. If I don't, I will get lost. Okay. So now we need to start doing stuff like this. Yeah. Start removing things and moving it over. Ooh, there we go. There's the one advanced constructor. Gotta move things over here. So this one we just moved is going to be the new constructor that's got the majority of our parts in it. Okay. This. Not that. No. There we go. moving everything over. I also gotta get used to how the layout is now. There we go. Everything's out of it. Now I can do this. There we go. Hey, constructors are now moved. Advanced constructors are now up here. There we go. Nice. And just to make sure that we don't forget which one's building the use yellow. And then we'll do this. This is where all these will go. Steel plates and all that. That's fine. That will be where final construction will be located. There. Okay, now we just need to try and make ourselves some storage containers so that when we go out and gather things, we don't have to go very far. We have the materials to make it, though. Steel plates, no. What about over here? Yes, we can over here. This is where all the steel plate is. Yeah. Start out with 4. Start with 4. And start trying to organize things a little bit. Do something like that. Large cargo boxes. In fact, I could probably do some like this for now. Yeah, that'll work. That right there. Probably do that and that. That'll work. And we can do all this. All the complete constructed stuff into here. Yeah. Okay. That'll work just fine. So tomorrow we're gonna have to finish moving all of our components over into here so that we can start cleaning out the central part here. I need to get all this stuff moved, so that's why we're constructing certain components in certain orders. Medical bays, the medical bay needs to be made, food production needs to be made, a spot where we're going to have all of our bullets, like an armory, gonna have to be made. So weapons and armory, you know, weapons, bullets, and armor will have their own module. We've gotten this done. We just need to decorate, and that's gonna be a full stream in itself. Just trying to decorate this giant space station. But yeah, there we go. Construction done. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go work. Thank you all for hanging out with me. If you're new here, hit the follow button. I play a lot of this game, and we've got a large, very large project ahead of us. This entire station needs to be filled with modules, both decorative and fully functional. We've still got a medical bay, so we're probably gonna dock like a medical ship, make it look like a medical ship is docked. We're gonna have living quarters. We're gonna have an entire section of the station that looks like where all the fuel is located. We're gonna have a couple of capacitor modules that are just packed with capacitors for the solar panels to fill up, because right now the amount of power we're using is nowhere near as much as we're producing. So, but we're also going to make a generator room, kind of like a giant generator, a couple of generator rooms. But yeah, we're just still adding more and more and more onto this thing as we go. And once we get to a point where we have one of each, then we'll start thinking about the defensive towers, the defensive platforms that surround this thing, so on and so forth. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. I'll see y'all later. Stay alive out there. Don't drop your drink. I'll see y'all later. See you. Bye.